Okay, welcome everybody to another stream. It is August 14th. Yeah, that's the day. It is our second stream of August for back to school. We are GitHub Education, and we are here to talk to y'all about one of our partners in the Student Developer Pack, and we're going to talk about what they have to offer y'all out there as students. If you're tuning in and you don't have the Student Developer Pack, you should definitely have the Student Developer Pack. You should definitely be applying for that. You should be a registered student with GitHub Education because it gets you access to a bunch of free stuff. I'm PJ Metz. I'm going to be joined by people from the team from Educative, which we'll be getting to in one second. But first, I want to thank you all for coming here, for spending time on a lovely Wednesday afternoon. I totally thought it was Tuesday for a second. My brain is, you know how it is, kids. You get it. Back to school time. Everything's a little bit chaotic. But within that chaos, we thrive and we find ways to become even better versions of ourselves. So, hello, Trisake. Hello, chat. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Tell your friends the chat's happening because it's time to learn about a really, really fun and awesome tool that is at y'all's disposal for learning. So to get into it and to get right into it, I'm going to bring in a bunch of people all at once, and we're going to do some quick introductions, and we're going to get into a little bit of learning. So please welcome Boris, Hassan, and Mel from Educative. Hello, Boris, Hassan, and Mel. How's everyone doing? Everyone answer all at once. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fantastic.
I love it. All right, let's go around the circle here. Let's start with Boris. Let us know who you are, what your deal is, and then we'll go down to Mel and over to Hassan.
Hey, PJ, and hey, everyone. Nice to meet you all and see you virtually. Actually, you mentioned that you thought it was Thursday, I believe, but yesterday I thought it was already Friday, so lost in these days. So I'm Boris. I'm Digital Marketing Manager here at Educative and excited to present our Student Developer Pack. We've been actually partners with GitHub for like several years. So excited to have this opportunity to additionally articulate and just emphasize this free benefits for GitHub students.
Absolutely. Perfect. Mel, tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot for your super energetic intro, by the way, PJ. Already off to a great start. I'm Mel. I'm the technical content writer here at Educative. I have experiences in software development. I have a degree in computer science, and I have a lot to say about Educative and how it's a great supplementary resource for college students who are specifically studying computer science or are interested in computer science. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I love the I have a lot to say, and that makes me like really excited. I'm gonna hold you to it. You're gonna have to say a lot later. Hassan, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, everyone. Hi, I'm Hassan, and not to confuse anyone, but I'm in a different geographical zone, and it's already Thursday here. So, yeah, I'm Hassan. I'm the product manager at Educative. We build things for you guys. We want things to work out the best for you. We want to make every developer productive. We want to help all you guys in your going back to school and finding new jobs and everything. That's our mission. And again, we're really excited about this opportunity to showcase this platform to you guys and really get in touch with you guys.
Listen, that made me laugh so hard. My face is still like red from laughing like that. That was really good. So welcome, everyone. Thank you, Educative, for being here. Thank you, Boris, Hassan, and Mel. So first off, we've got a bit of like a quick presentation. And Boris, you're the one who's going to take care of that presentation for us, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let me pull that up here. Let's do it like this so we can still see ourselves on the side there. Perfect. And yeah, Boris, just tell us about Educative and how it can help developers.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up this screen so we can just kind of walk through Educative. Like, what is Educative if you're not familiar? Though I'm assuming that some of you guys already have an account. And if you haven't verified your student status, just make sure you do that so you can access to our free benefits. But about Educative, yeah, so we're AI-powered learning platform. We're actually very proud of this title of being AI powered. We're like trying to be kind of leaders in the e-learning industry. and provide best resources for developers and anyone who wants to learn new skills in the IT tech field. Um, if we can move to the next one. So yeah, this is our landing page. If you go to Educative, if you type in educative.io, that's the page you're going to see. We're like focusing on many different verticals for e-learning paths. We have a lot of courses that can help you get ready for interview and finally land that 6 figures job in the best tech companies like in the world and like in the US. We have definitely courses for beginners, for folks who want to learn to code and just get started if they're still not sure, or if they think it's really that difficult. It's not, especially with Educative. And we have some other paths like data science, machine learning, and so on and so on. So that would be our kind of overview. And by the way, here, just we want to mention that unfortunately we took the wrong logo. It's not the official logo. We just
they said, PJ, do you have a logo? And I thought they meant, PJ, can you draw from memory? And I was like, I'll try. And that's what I came up with. His just ears are just a little like this is all. But yeah, actually, the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to like it.
Yeah, maybe you guys should submit a request to update some branding.
We're going to use PJ's version instead.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been partners with GitHub. I really don't recall like for many years actually at this point. And we have a student developer pack that we offer for students. So that would be the landing page, and I'll let Hassan take it over a little bit later. But basically there are 2 main benefits. So once you verify your student status, sorry, can we move to the next slide?
Sure, sorry.
So yeah, we have 2 benefits. Once you verified your student status with, I believe you guys, like GitHub has a very comprehensive process to verify actually student status. So once you do that, you go on Educative, you sign up, and you automatically get access to 70+ courses, many of which are courses to get you help ready for a tech interview. So, and you get this access for 6 months. And the second perk is that you get 70% off during those 6 months, not after, during those 6 months to upgrade to annual or biannual subscription.
That's right.
So that's what we offer. And currently, if you go, just one quick note, currently, if you go to our website, we currently, this week, we're running 50% off promos. So I just don't want anyone to get confused. This student developer pack is our evergreen offer, that's available all the time. But currently we have this 50% off, which is a temporarily offer. I'm just articulating this so nobody gets confused. It's 2 separate offers, so you just can go ahead and redeem this free access as of right now.
Yeah.
So on this note, I'm going to just pass it over to Hassan, and I'm sure he'll we'll do a great job diving into some courses that I'm sure you will love.
Heck yes. All right. So now we're finally going to get into see some of these 70+ courses that they have access to. But again, as a person who has a student developer pack, if you're a registered student at GitHub, if you do that, you get access to not just these Educative stuff, but a bunch of other things too. But this Educative thing, free access for 6 months is plenty of time to do some learning. And if you decide you like it and you want to keep it, you still get a 30% off, and you can upgrade and get the 30% off on whatever plan you choose. But Boris also did mention right now, if you don't do the student developer pack and get the free 6 months, you can just get straight up 50% off on everything right now if you know you like it and you want to get it now. I'm not sure which way the math goes on that. What's the better deal overall? But I've always liked free to try. So I definitely suggest registering for the student developer pack first. Hassan, your screen is already up, and I need you to show me some of these courses. I really got to see what's available for me here on Educative.
Awesome, awesome. I'm excited to show you all as well. Very quickly, let's start with the Educative landing page because that is your intro to the Educative platform. And much like we say here, tired of learning by videos? Yeah, us too. So at the helm of things, Educative wants to make learning faster. It wants to make learning interactive, and it also wants to inculcate a learn by doing philosophy. So when you learn with us, you're not just learning theory, you're actually doing a lot of stuff, you're actually building a lot of stuff along with it, and that is how we teach you. Yes, we're powered by AI, but that's for a reason. That's to help you guys learn better, learn more efficiently, and we're going to find out a bit more of that down the line. PJ, you mentioned how it's always great to start for free. Yeah, we offer that. So not just the GitHub starter pack, but even as someone who wants to try out the platform, you can simply start for free and get access to some of our absolutely free courses. We're going to have a glimpse of that as well. Or obviously, the student starter pack is a great deal, and I'm happy that we're not missing out on showcasing this early bird 50% off. So if you want the whole deal, hop in right away and get access. But yeah, what we pride ourselves on is that we cover a diverse range of audiences. If you want to prepare for an interview, we're here for you. If you want to learn for code, if you want to learn to code from scratch, you're not really into the tech field yet, we'll help you do that. Cloud computing, generative AI, all the recent buzzwords, we're here for that. So we have some great coverage, and we're trying to help you with everything at every stage of your careers. We just want to make you more productive and help you guys out. So that's a bit about it. In terms of our resources, we offer courses, and we offer structured learning paths. Now these two are our core offerings, but there is also a learn by doing philosophy, like I said, so you can practice and apply your skills down the lane through our cloud labs, where we emulate a cloud environment for you, or hands-on projects that you can build for your portfolios. So that's how learning kind of evolves on Educative. And yeah, that's a quick look of who we are. uh, Quick view of the GitHub student pack. So basically, like Boris said, if you check out as a GitHub user, you can come here, you can claim your offer, and as part of the offer, you get access to 70 plus courses, and for a 6 month period, and then you can buy our general subscriptions for 30% off. Now, what do you get when what are these 70 plus courses? So again, we pride ourselves in covering a wide range of content, a wide range of technology. So you have Java courses, right from beginner courses to somewhat advanced courses. We take you right from scratch to building your first application. We have JavaScript that we cover. Again, recent surveys coming up, JavaScript still the most popular, and yeah, we've got it covered for you. General software engineering courses, because we know how passionate you are for things like those. A few other languages, popular languages like C Sharp, Python, they never go away, do they? And again, some very cool technology elements like Kubernetes, GraphQL. We have all of it for you, and we are always updated for you. So that's what you get coverage to when you get the student pack, and this is your 6 month average. And obviously, then you have the whole platform to yourself if you buy one of our subscriptions at a highly discounted rate. I would want to move quickly to a few of our courses and kind of show you what this experience is all about. So now, this is one of those courses that's on our platform. It's a GitHub course. So once you get the GitHub starter pack, you get this course. Now, complete JavaScript course, build a real world application from scratch. Now, when we get inside this course, it starts from basic, who this course is for, welcome to programming, how to create programs, since things as basic as introduction to algos and JavaScript. And then we start moving to JavaScript basics, and then we talk variables, add conditions, and ultimately we take you to a point where you actually build a real world application from scratch, basically a social news web app. How cool is that? You could do that within one course. And like I said, it's not just the theory. So while the theory is happening, we have certain challenges for you. We have certain, because we pride ourselves in our interactivity, and we know that's the best way to teach. And the best way to learn is to learn by doing. So we make you do stuff, we make you do exercises, we give you feedback, we complete the loop for your learning. So very quickly, let's try out if I've written a piece of code. And I'm great at coding, by the way, I'm not, but let's see if we got this right. Yeah, our tests have passed.
Nailed it.
But yeah, perfect. But if I change a few things, if I get a few things wrong, so this was the expected output, but I just pride myself. I have a great name. I want to use it, and oops, I haven't nailed it so much, have I? So we have this interactivity going on all the time. If you get things right, perfect. If you don't, we have solutions for you. We have hints for you. We help you figure things out. We hold your hand. We guide you through, and that's how you learn. And then, as part of that interactivity, we have quizzes for you as well. So again, because I'm so good at JavaScript, following JavaScript command, an information zone, blah, 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 I think this is the right answer for this. Voila, that is definitely the right answer. But
Nice.
obviously, I'm going to get stuff wrong, and that's okay because I'm learning. So if my answer is wrong, there is a correct answer, and I will always get to know of that. There is always going to be a bridge that takes me to where I am, to where I have to be. And so essentially, this is like the coverage of how you proceed. At every stage, we introduce a concept, you do stuff, you learn from that. And that's how all our courses are. And then we evaluate you, we give you feedback, we don't judge you, we teach you, in that feedback loop kind of a model. Very quickly, if we and we then start creating this social app. And let's say we do that. And how cool is that, that within a few hours of learning JavaScript on
Wow.
our platform, you're actually going to start to do something great. And once you do that, a few steps later, and suddenly you're building this whole app. So that's what this is about. I also touched upon the fact that there, like, for a lot of users, there are free entry points into our platform. There are absolutely free courses. You just sign up for free and you get access to them. And again, one such course that I'll still talk about, and again, not leaving JavaScript because it's so popular, that course is Learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript from scratch. And once you get into this course and GitHub users, you worry not. It's not like a course in JavaScript in the GitHub starter pack, and this course is similar. Obviously, it's a very condensed version. So if you can touch upon the basics on this course, and then you can kind of do more with the other course that we just saw. So if you see this course, it starts with building a web page layout with HTML, quickly starts diverting to HTML and stylizing, and then it moves to JavaScript and starts teaching you some basics. And at the end, again, how cool is that? You're building things again. You're building things for yourself. You're feeling good. You're feeling gratified, and you're building a portfolio all along the way. We have this project, and once you get into this project, you actually do stuff. So that's pretty much it. And more so, we're doing a lot of cool stuff that I want to like take your attention to. And this goes beyond this GitHub student pack for to some extent, but we have a similar course on Python. Again, Python very popular, and we pride ourselves on great Python content. But in one of these courses, we have this cool thing where we help you learn, where you have these learning objectives, and within each learning objective, you have these particular lessons that you do. And at the end of each lesson, there is a checkpoint. You go to that checkpoint, you review your learning, you take a quick assessment, and we tell you that out of all the components that you were supposed to learn, you have certain strong areas, you have certain skill gaps. I don't, obviously. uh, you have personalized recommendations that take you through, again, handhold you to let you understand what you actually need to do to bridge the gap between what you know and what you don't yet know. So the system kind of wants to help you all the time. It wants to personalize learning for you. It wants to make it more efficient for you. And again, I don't want to give too much away, but you may be seeing a lot more of this in the near future on Educative. So stay tuned. Another thing I want to move to very quickly would be, yes, we're great at offering a lot of these learning materials, but what we pride ourselves most is our interview preparation vertical. And yes, right now we're talking about going back to school, but there's going to be a time when school ends and we want to land that first job. So while you go back to school, while you learn more, and obviously learn more with Educative with it, then you come back and you prepare for an interview. Now we have a few of our flagship courses like Grokking Coding Interview Patterns in Python, and this helps you prepare for your coding interview in a very different way, something that the industry, others in the industry are not doing. For example, we have a more pattern based approach. We teach you how you could solve problems instead of just you solving 500 problems and grinding your way through. Again, this is going to be very efficient. This is going to be very helpful. And I'll give you a quick demo of how. So this is a particular problem that I'm sure a lot of us are aware of, valid palindrome. And again, this is how we go about it. We tell you what the problem is. We give you certain examples to ensure you understand the problem. There is a quick sanity check if you understand the problem. Then we kind of build a pseudocode algorithm with it. And obviously you could skip a few steps if you want, if you want to power through. And then at the end, this is where you write code. And this is where the cool things happen. So let's say I've written this piece of code and I submit it and I want to submit this solution, and my code is being reviewed right now, and at the end it tells me yes, all my test cases passed. Obviously with me that was expected. But yeah, once I say I want to get some code feedback still, how was my code, what can I improve? So I actually have, and I'll go there here very quickly just to get some feedback. So the code mostly follows proper guidelines, but there are some improvements that can be made. XYZ was right, but the logic inside the while loop needs to be adjusted to actually use the last 2 pointers efficiently. So there's always something for me to learn. But what happens if I actually get a few things wrong? How does the system help me there? Very quickly, we're going to see to that as well. So let's say I make a certain mistake in my code.
Oh no,
okay,
that's gonna ruin everything, Hassan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just not me, but I have to do this. Yeah, so again, this is where I'm stuck. Now, as a user, I want to know what I'm doing wrong, how I can get it right. And we have this cool feature, get code feedback, that we'll get to, and then we can kind of understand when it debugs my code of where I'm actually going wrong. So the issue in your code is that the function, the condition in the while loop should be different to what it is. It actually pinpoints, instead of showing you the actual solution, it tells you where you're going wrong. And you could actually like do that particular step. And then that is how you learn, because you learn by guidance, you don't learn by absolute solutions. And that is what we bridge perfectly. And if you want to go one step further, not to brag, but we have mock interviews. Those services that you take with individuals at very high prices, we have AI powered mock interviews that we can churn out in large volumes to you guys, because we figured out the framework. Here you could simulate yourself in an actual interview loop environment with an API design interview, a coding interview, and a system design interview, and whatnot. And again, not to brag, but this is some of what our coding interview looks like. It tells you the particular problem. You can solve the problem. On the left, we have Edward, who is your interviewer. They're kind of conversing with you, and on the right, you're actually in that practice evaluation mode where you're doing the problem. So it sets up that interview setting pretty well. And yes, we're going to keep improving on it as always.
So these mock interviews, is that like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like a level up, right? In like the
Yeah,
subscription that you get. So like you can get the regular sort of like problem practice, but the actual mock interviews is a paid feature, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
Thanks for pointing that out, PJ. And obviously, it goes one step up all the time. And yes, your standard preparation, a lot of those problems you will find. Some of those you will find in our GitHub courses as well. Some unique problems you'll find in our paid courses. And then this is another standard plan that we have. It's the premium plan actually, and based on that, you'll get access to our mock interview tool as well, in as part of your preparation suite.
Cool.
There's one last thing that I want you guys attention on, is that yes, we're great at interview prep, we're great at vertical topics, but we also know that a lot of you are figuring things out. A lot of you want to start from scratch, and we will handhold you, because we have the right solutions for you. So we'll not just help you prepare for an interview. A step before that, we'll help you upskill, but a step before that, we'll help you learn to code as well. And this is a cool experience where we'll actually take you from your first taste of code, make you understand the power of coding, what it can do in a very gamified manner, and then take you from there. So very quickly, I'll want to give you guys a very quick demo of how Edward helps you do this. Edward, you could call it the educative mascot. So essentially, ultimately, a lot of what you see happens through code. And first we make you play a few things, and you can see what you're doing, and it's a very gamified model. And then ultimately you're actually writing code for these things, and that is how we bridge the gap of understanding what is happening, how cool that is, and then to a lot of extent how simple that is and how easily you could do it too. And that is how we teach you coding. And then once you've done that, once you understand what coding is, we get into some serious learning, we get into building your portfolio, we make you do capstone projects, and ultimately you prepare for your coding interview. So we have the whole journey lined up for you. It's just a matter of you showing up.
Even that section is like it's taking you from scratch to code, which is a pretty common thing for a lot of students in America. You start using Scratch in elementary school at least once or
Yeah.
twice, and then if you want, you try actual code. So to be able to give someone everything from very beginner all the way to interview prep, it's a pretty large platform, and there's a lot available for you, which is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks so much. And again, yeah, that's been our vision. We want to help you out in any position that you are. We want to be the developer platform for learning, and that is why we kind of build journeys that we that we feel work out for people, and hopefully they do. And
Mhm.
keep giving us your feedback so we can keep building cool stuff for you guys.
Absolutely. We did have a question earlier about the generative AI course. They did
Yeah.
say don't you don't have to like do it for us, and they know that it's likely it's I don't think the generative AI is included in the student developer pack, if I remember correctly. It's like an extra thing that you'd have to get a plan for, or is it
Yeah.
in the S? Yeah. So if they're interested in it, I think they'd love to see it, because this could actually get a lot of people who want to learn more. Yeah, it was Dev Harsh. Thanks, Dev Harsh.
Yeah, awesome call out. Awesome call out. We want to make generative AI and all its powers very easily accessible to everyone, and we're still figuring out efficient ways to do that. And very quickly, as we're on the cusp of doing that, very quickly you can expect things like these to happen and easy access to all these features.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is there a way that we could like see the beginning of like one of these generative AI courses? Is that allowed?
uh, in some cases, yes, you have certain tries. And even with mock interviews, if you're like, let's say, a standard plan, you could actually preview a few mock interviews, and that kind of leads you to understanding, okay, this is what the experience is, and here I can like buy a separate plan and get access to this, more of this now.
And
Yeah.
is there any way maybe to quickly demonstrate or show where they can go to, just real quick, if they might be interested?
Yeah, very quickly, if so, we have this course. Sorry, it's a free course. I'll quickly go to that. So yeah, we have this free course, Learn Java from Scratch. It's a pretty cool course. So this is one of those courses that's absolutely free. We want you to just sign up, and it has a lot of these cool features like code feedback, explanations, and some of those other things as well. So let's just like this is logged out. So let me just quickly open this up. Okay, so once I'm inside this course, and it has all these cool things happening within it, but let's say there's a while loop. So we have this ask the AI mentor feature here. So let's say I don't make any changes, but I ask the AI mentor what's happening here or what I need to do. It's actually gonna systematically tell me if I'm on the right track, what I need to do, and what have I forgotten, and at each step of the way prompt me into understanding what I need to do. So this course, it's absolutely free. The underlying AI capabilities, they're available as well. All you need to do is sign up. Am I audible?
PJ, I don't think we can hear you.
I'm sorry, it's my first day. I had my microphone hard muted. But yeah, this link that I'm showing off right now is for you, Dev Harsh. That's from Mel. She said, "Hey, you should check this out." So this is a course, generative AI from theory to product. So you can
Yeah.
really impress some people in the future for sure.
Definitely.
Awesome. Hustle, thank you so much for the guided tour. There's clearly so many courses available, a lot going on. Up next, we're gonna have Boris come and talk to y'all again. Boris, I want to double check. Do you want me to share these links with everyone as well?
Yeah, I just shared with you 2 links. One is for ebook, and the other one is for free cheat sheets. And after that, we can move to the next part, which will be led by Mel.
Awesome. All right, go ahead, Boris. Tell us all about this stuff, and we'll get those links into the chat for everybody.
Yeah, and maybe if that's okay, do you mind maybe demonstrating them on the screen so everybody can just see it real quick?
Let me take care of that real quick. I need to go like this, and go like this, and go like unshare Hassan, and that should be mine. Yeah, you can see it. We're good.
Yeah. So here you can just kind of maybe quickly scroll through the PDF, but we just recently prepared a really comprehensive 8-week roadmap for students and just in general, like people who want to, get ready for the interview. And you can just use this resource and just, get fully prepared for an interview in a matter of weeks. And who knows, maybe in a couple of weeks, you might get even a job offer after, going through the entire ebook. This is totally for free. I'm thinking we can just share it in the chat. It's outside of the student developer pack, but since you guys are part of this Twitch stream, we just wanted to share this with you.
Heck yes, this is amazing. And again, this is one of the things that I knew as a teacher was that repetition and knowledge of the process itself is a great indicator of success. So with interviews, knowing what's going to happen in the interview ahead of time and being prepared in a way that this breaks it down for you, all the small things that you wouldn't otherwise just automatically know unless you did a bunch of interviews. This is a great resource for y'all to have in order to give yourself a sort of a what's the right word, like a leg up in the interview process. You have this access to information that not everyone interviewing has access to, right? So this can really help you. This is a great resource. Thank you, Boris and Educative for this one. The other one, the cheat sheets, right? Ooh, the cheat sheets. Let me share my screen correctly this time. Get out of that. Sorry, my browser's a little goofy.
It's all good.
All right. Oh yeah, I use this special browser and I've got 2 screens, but apparently it's not enough. GitHub, buy me 3 more screens, please. Thank you. Cheat sheets. There it is. Share. And then, of course, I have to come back here. And there we are. That's the cheat sheets. And yeah, this is available to y'all as well.
Yeah, this is fully free for everybody. It's actually something that you can find at the bottom of our website. There's a section called cheat sheets. You can just click on that. And here we just gathered the best out of the best cheat sheets for you. You can feel free to use it, share it with your friends, with your classmates, with your colleagues. Whichever works. Like we just really try to prepare for you guys free materials.
Oh yeah. There's a lot here. Designing a Google Doc. Honestly, that's one of the things that, like, just in general, like how API design really works, like learning SQL, these little things that your classes might not touch on. Understanding how Big O works inside of coding interviews. Like all of this stuff is information that we would call in education the hidden curriculum, and Educative aims to take that hidden curriculum and make it something that you have access to so you're not missing out, So lots of great stuff here. Oh, I love it. And if you know someone who could use something, you can then share that. Oh, I have a friend who's trying to learn Python. Get them to sign up for Educative. Get them this cheat sheet right here, It's perfect.
Yep.
Ooh,
And
Tasha.
yeah, and maybe we can. I'm just reading the comment.
Tasha likes y'all.
Yeah. And maybe at this moment we can just move it to Mel, and she will share her personal experience as a student, and we can maybe show a couple of other testimonials from other folks. And in the beginning, I mentioned that you can, get prepared for the interview. You can learn to code, but in general, Educative is here for you, whether you're a seasoned professional or just full beginner, like you have no idea how to code. Like we have everything for beginners and for those who have PhDs and already have been in the tech for 10 years. They just need to learn
right.
something quick and some, upskill.
Absolutely. All right, so Hassan is going to share his screen again. I'm going to bring it back up real quick. There we go. Mel, you said that you have a lot to say, and I can't wait because as a former student, which we're all former students really, but as a recent former student, I feel like you've got a lot you can really tell us about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, I want to start with our users at Educative. Like first we have Abayomi here, who just mastered the Spring Boot tool, which is a tool that makes it easier to create web apps using Java, and he was able to do that from one of our Spring Boot courses. And he also did our Grokking the Coding Interview course, which Hassan did a demonstration of, and it has significantly improved his understanding of data structures and algorithms. And obviously, like as you saw, our courses have in-browser coding environments, quizzes, visual elements, and one of them kind of having a click and drag situation. It just makes the learning really, really fun. And then, we have other users that are really enjoying the text-based learning because they can learn at their own pace, like Queen here and Hashan, who was able to go from beginner to intermediate level in the JavaScript and Python courses without feeling overwhelmed, because some of the video based learning that I've encountered, they like the kind of person I am, I prefer the text based because then my brain just moves so fast, and sometimes the video is too slow or too fast for me. And yeah, and personally, me as a student, there are just times where I would attend lecture and whoever's presenting that lecture just lacks the enthusiasm and just reads off PowerPoint slides. With Educative, at least, it's it feels like they're listening to me, they're holding my hand, they really have that lesson very laid out comprehensively. And I especially love the visual interactive elements because I myself am a visual learner. You just have a lot more freedom with how you want to learn different topics with Educative that I feel like most college classrooms don't. So yeah, if you have any questions of how can you use Educative while you're a college student, I'm happy to answer them. But yeah, that's all I could say for now.
A lot of courses in college are taught kind of a single way by the professor. And so having another method of learning available to you can be a really great way to ensure you're successful. So if video learning works for you, that's awesome. But consider adding something that's text and kind of sandbox based. The cool thing about Educative is you're not just reading. There's a place to actually do the code right there, to write the code and to see if it works and to get it tested. And those kind of platforms are really powerful for people to learn on because you get to do it while you're reading. A video you can watch and you can follow along a tutorial, but they're not going to check in on you. You're not going to get a quiz from them. If you're on YouTube following creators, that can be for adding on top of learning you already have. But a platform like Educative allows you to learn in a way that it's education approved, if that makes sense. Like as a former teacher, I'm like, yeah, this is the way to do it. Like this makes sense. Yeah, straight to the point, hands-on micro learning. It's it's right there. Here, try the code. Here, write this. Here, this is where it went wrong. Here, all that's right there available for you in one spot. It's really nice.
Yeah, I also wanted to mention a feature that we have, which is learning with AI. I don't recall if Hassan already presented that, but basically when you're in the course and you're reading all these information, you're like, what does this word mean? Or like, what does this sentence mean? What you can do is you can highlight that thing and then click explain with AI, and it will just explain it for you. It's super layman terms, and you just feel like you have a rich, comprehensive understanding, like not just reading things for the sake of reading it, but you're really, really diving in there, learning the in-depth of the top, learning the depths of the topic. And yeah, it's just really fantastic. I believe that a lot of college students, a lot of college like teaching systems are more geared towards students who have a particular way of thinking. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with neurodivergent thinking. I really love Educative for someone who has a neurodivergent brain, because again, it just gives you that freedom to like learn how you want to, and it has the structured information for you, and it has the interactive elements for you, the gamified elements, and just so much freedom for you to just learn, because that's what's important about this stuff, is you want to learn because you want to improve as a person. But sometimes in college, like it's very linear and it just doesn't work, and it makes you, for me, I felt so dumb in some of my computer science classes. But like if I had this independence to learn a particular topic with Educative and the explain with AI tool, like I feel like, wow, I actually can capture this information like a normal person, like I feel really good, because I'm really bad at auditory learning. So I just wanted to point it out there if you're a neurodivergent learner like me. There you go.
Yeah, it's really important to have those options and those other ways of learning available. And you're right that a lot of classrooms not only have a single way of teaching, but they only teach so much. And if you've noticed, to get a degree in college, you have to take what, like 150 credit hours or something? So like however many classes that equals out to. There's already more free courses available than that on Educative. So if you took all the courses on Educative, you'd have as much learning as a college student does, and then some. And really the best way to use it is to add it on top of your learning. There's stuff that the classroom won't teach you that a platform like Educative has courses on. And if you are the person who's adding on to your learning, you go to a job interview and they're like, oh, well, what have you done? You're like, well, here's what I did in school, and here's what I learned on my own. And that learned on my own can be very, very useful in showing people that you're dedicated to continuing to learn, that you're not just going to classes and sitting there and that's it. It can be a really useful tool for you, a really useful like boon for you to have.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
And maybe a couple of things to add from my personal experience to Mel's point. Back in the day, I decided to get a master's in data analytics just because I felt like I needed to learn some tech skills, because I was mostly like a social science kind of guy. And there was a point where I had to start learning R, data science language. And I felt like, well, in the beginning, I felt like, well, before the class started, I was like, well, all right, I'll just do my best, put all the efforts into learning that. But the first week, I was just honestly was about to cry because I felt like I had no idea what was happening.
Typical R, yes. Makes me cry too.
Yeah, and during I decided to do the homework on Sunday, and I felt like maybe it will take maybe a few hours. It took me I woke up at 7 a.m. and finished at 11 p.m. because I had no idea what was going on, and I felt like I needed some kind of some type of resource that would allow me just to take it at my own pace, where I didn't have to submit the assignment at a certain deadline. And I would just take it with guidance, kind of here's the step 1, step 2, step 3. So, and e-learning in general, maybe not only Educated, but just in general, is probably dominant right now in the tech industry, and probably hiring managers might even favor those who had some projects from platforms like Educative, because even there's a dilemma whether you need 4-year degree or master's or whatever to acquire those skills. I feel like nowadays it's more about what you actually learn, how you can apply it in the real world.
Yep. And not just that, it shows the ability to go on and learn. It's not as structured. It takes more individual determination and individual sort of goal setting in order to be able to complete these courses on your own time. So if I were a hiring manager and I saw someone had a degree and a bunch of courses and certificates on top of that, that shows me the type of person that they are and lets me know if they're the type of person I want to hire, as opposed to, well, I got my degree. It's like, okay, well, what else? Like, what else have you done? A degree is not enough. You got to show me that you're willing to work harder and beyond that.
Yeah.
Y'all have been fantastic. We're coming close to the end here. We got to wrap up, but I'm so thankful to have had you all here and to explain the Educative platform and its value for current students. Literally a bunch of free courses if you're a registered GitHub student. A bunch of free courses in general for people who might not be students. There's stuff out there. You can get started on Educative today for free. And a lot of really great features inside of those paid tiers. And remember, if you do have the Student Developer Pack, it's free for 6 months. And if you decide to upgrade during that time, you do get 30% off on whichever upgrade you decide to do. I always recommend, if you like something, if it worked, support it so that other people can continue to use it as well. Honestly, I think y'all have been so wonderful. Thank you for coming on the stream, and I appreciate your time today and all the time beforehand leading up to this to make sure that our audience had access to this information.
Yep. And also, you might think that you're now a student and maybe like you can take this opportunity to access this free stuff in a while or later, but time goes really fast, and like at some point you just graduate and you're not a student anymore. So make sure to take advantage of this offer.
I just read an article about how a bunch of companies are like, oh, our student offerings are being taken advantage of. And there's a bunch of crackdowns on like student accounts and student free stuff. So like, while you're a student, get it now, start using it. Now's your chance. Strike while the iron's hot, y'all.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. Hassan, Mel, Boris, I appreciate your time and your efforts. And audience, thank you for coming through. And we will see you all next time. See you later.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.